Eagles had the ball for over 20 minutes in the first half, yet couldn't get into the end zone. Still lead the New York Giants. Big NFC East battle to score 9-3. We've had a lot of fun, with our 7 days to Monday night feature. We featured a number of players. This time we thought we'd turn the tables a bit. Take a look at a coach behind the scenes. 7 days to Monday night with New York Giant coach Jim Fossil.
Go and stop and get a Philly cheesesteak.
We're an early team. We start earlier than probably any team in the National Football League. When I get here, I want to be ready. That's why I get here, so I can have some quiet time and look everything over. And then at 11:30, the team is in, and I meet with the team.
What I want to see out there today is I want to see tempo. I want us to get back in the rhythm, getting in and out of the huddle, lining up, hustling, moving around.
I try to run brisk practices and hold people accountable and move the practice along.
Hey, let's go, man. It's the fourth quarter. We got to win this game in the fourth. Red area, 7-on-7 on the bounce. Let's go. Who's walking out here? Are you ever going to practice this year?
Yeah, if y'all clear me. Y'all clear me.
We're playing the Eagles on Monday night.
I know.
They're in our division. You know that paycheck you get?
Yeah.
That's the practice. You play for free because you love that. And we play these guys twice a year. Twice a year, and you got extra time to study. There's no reason for us not to know this opponent better than anybody we play, right?
So much of what we do is such a grind with one another, and we're pressing all the time, and it's always business. We don't take time to just sit down and relax a minute. And I think that's healthy. You guys do it with a burger? Yeah. If we win, you're eating burgers next week. I usually watch most of the Monday night game here.
Now, are you ready for some football?
When did they start with Cher on Monday Night Football? I must have missed that one. Do they have a guest appearance every week by somebody?
Bill Cowher looms over the Pittsburgh skyline.
Can't argue with Cowher's record on Monday Night Football. 9-0 on Monday night. Our record isn't quite as good. We got to do better on Monday night right now.
Tuesday morning, we are all in here at 7 in the morning. Tuesday is all-day game plan. I'm just looking at some of these plays that I think will work real well with them, and we ran the ball pretty well against them this game.
But there's his read right there. He just focused his eyes on that.
That's right.
Right there.
When we're running our best, the thing is a cutback.
Bring it back. Oh, bring it back. No. We stay on these guys' backside. You watch the tape. We get that end guy cut off, which we can in this straight under. We just cave that thing down. It could go right back up the side or that safety sit. He ain't going to make the play.
Generally, at a staff meeting, I try to update the coaches on injury situations that I get from the doctors.
Shockey's tried running a bit, so he feels it when he pushes off. From my point of view, looking at the toe, the swelling's not bad. He's got good mobility, and I don't feel it wobbling over on the side.
I think he'll make it. I think he's going to be fine. We're going to have to rest him. What bothers him when he cuts. I really think he can operate against these guys. We got a better guy than we ever had. Kerry's got confidence in him. Last year, they beat us twice. They played better than we did for 60 minutes. No excuses. They played better than we did. And that flipped their season, and it flipped our season. They cost us everything we wanted last year. I don't want to say that at the end of this year.
I'll be honest with you, it's been a year, but it's hard for me to spit out last year's game.
I can remember it vividly right here. I can remember us running a play right at the end of the ball game and almost getting it in, but it was a bunch of almost, and almost cost us a lot last year.
7 days to Monday night with Jim Fossil. No doubt in the locker room right now making adjustments. How do you stop the Eagle running game would be the priority. 9-3 Philly at the half.
Hello? Peter, you considered my offer? I'll give you power.
I've got power.
I'll give you riches. Riches.
I've got riches.
All right, I'll leave it back.
Now you can buy luxury without selling your soul. The 2003 Camry, the most irresistible Camry we've ever built.
I don't know if anyone's seeing this, but the key to this whole game is spaces and punctuation count. Don't count the first episode. Then, 5th place first, 9th first, 5th, 7th, 4th first, 2nd, 7th, 5th, and 2nd places in order. I'm going to have to disappear for a while. We are all being manipulated. Keep up the fight. Good luck.
Fathers want their sons to be the best, and they'll do whatever it takes to show them the way.
Okay, that's what you were doing.
But sometimes even fathers need advice.
Does Max even like baseball? Well, he likes baking brownies in the shape of baseballs.
Hey, that's how I started.
All-star, all-new George Lopez, ABC Wednesday.
33 seasons on the air, and 2 weeks from tonight when Oakland is at Denver, it'll be the 500th Monday night of this series. And of course, we've been looking back at some of the great games. We've narrowed it to 5. Here's one of them, which was really partially Tuesday morning football. Since 2 years ago, it ended at 1:17 in the morning. Jets, Dolphins. Who can forget? It's the NFL's version of a big Broadway opening, because first place is on the line when the Miami Dolphins beat the New York Jets on ABC's Monday Night Football. It was a miracle at the Meadowlands tonight. Then he touched a birdie, led one of the great comebacks in NFL history. Down 30-7 at the start of the fourth quarter. The Jets were suddenly only 7 points down. And he makes the catch. Yes! But Miami came right back with a big play of its own. Fiedler. And he's going for 6 into the end zone. It's wide open. Shepard. Touchdown, Miami. Then back came the Jets again. Fake to Martin, then it's up, and it is juggled and caught by Jumbo Elliott. The Jets scored 30 points in the fourth quarter and beat the Dolphins in overtime, 40-37. Remember, you can decide which of these games is the greatest in Monday night history. Log on to ESPN.com. The keyword is MNF or NFL.com, and vote now.
Everest, when we climbed it, was a tremendous challenge. We couldn't be sure that we were going to be successful.
The awe-inspiring new Forerunner with a powerful I-Force V8 engine, capable of following in the footsteps of the world's great adventurers.
The mountain always has the final say.
The Toyota Halftime Show, brought to you by Toyota. Get the feeling. We'll be back with the second half kickoff after this from our ABC stations.
If you think you've seen Gladiator, you haven't. Friday, ABC presents Gladiator, winner of 5 Academy Awards.
Today I saw a slave become more powerful than the Emperor of Rome.
With thrilling all-new scenes.
I will give them something they've never seen before.
Gladiator, on a special night, Friday, 9/8 Central on ABC. Viewer discretion advised.
Tonight after the game on KMBC 9 News, an emotional homecoming for local football players after a deadly bus crash killed one of their coaches. They share their memories tonight after Monday Night Football. Then the fate of accused serial killer John Robinson is now in the hands of a jury. We'll bring you the very latest from the Johnson County courtroom. Plus, Coach Vermeil talks about the Chiefs' win and how the team is getting a glimmer of hope on defense. Now here's Brian.
How about a glimmer of sunshine anytime soon? We'll check out the 5-day trend looking toward Halloween after the game.
You put a lot into getting your car. The least you can do is spend a little more to protect it. Don't settle for anything less than Syntec by Castrol. Its patented technology provides ultimate protection for your engine. Syntec by Castrol. It's the most important thing you can do for your car.
Toyota Sienna and E.T. the Extraterrestrial, bringing families together.
This Jim Talent ad is a disgrace, questioning Gene Carnahan's patriotism in times like these. The facts? Senator Carnahan has joined with Democrats and Republicans to support a Department of Homeland Security. Senator Carnahan voted for President Bush's defense budget, and as a member of the Armed Services Committee, she stood strong to give our armed forces the support they deserve. Jim Talent's ads attacking Gene Carnahan's patriotism are a disgrace to Missouri. Keep Gene Carnahan in the U.S. Senate.
When's the last time we had a normal temperature? We'll have the answer after the game.
I came here tonight to hear the crowd go.
on this last Monday night in October. Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Al Michaels, John Madden, Melissa Stark, 9-3. Philadelphia with the Giants to receive. Delvin Joyce and Tim Carter are back. David Akers sending it north to south. Delvin Joyce from the 11. And Joyce brings it out past the 40-yard line. Tackled at about the 44 by Michael Lewis. And let's check in with Melissa.
Well, I talked to Jim Fausel at the half, and he said, we want to run the ball in the second half. We just have to stay patient. And I asked him about Jeremy Shockey's unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, remember, that he had in the first half. And he said, I went up to him, I said, listen, I know you're a competitive guy, but knock it off. We can't have that. Defensively, he said, we're getting out of our lanes. We have to stay disciplined. And he echoed John's sentiments. He said, listen, this is a flip of our first game last year on Monday night, so that gives him hope. Remember, the Eagles won that one.
Well, they're very much in the game despite being dominated by Philadelphia in time of possession and in rushing as Tiki Barber gets taken down by Carlos Emmons. The numbers will reflect what Philadelphia has done.
Well, that big thing is that 245 yards rushing. Look at the time of possession, over 20 minutes. 195 yards rushing. I mean, it seems like, they were able to move the ball up and down the field, but, again, they got down there and something would happen and they didn't get it in the end zone. And now the Giants have pretty good field position.
And that's knocked down. Collins' pass knocked down by Emmons, but the Giants trying to do something with that field position created by that run back by Joyce. 3rd and 10.
Yeah, 2 good plays in a row by Carlos Emmons there. First he made the tackle, then he knocked that one down. And this is, as you were just saying, that the Giants needed field position. They finally get good field position, and then they get stuffed on a run. They try and pass and get it knocked down right at the line of scrimmage.
Collins is 4 of 11 for 44 yards. 3rd and 10. Eagles rush only 4, but that's enough. Collins throws it out of bounds. Intended for Amani Toomer. Hugh Douglas was putting on the backside pressure, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, you're right. And Kerry Collins got hit by Hugh Douglas just as he threw that ball. Luke Pettigrew had done a pretty good job in the first half, I think, against Hugh Douglas. Here he is right here, and you're going to see him just start on a bull rush. He just knocks Pettigrew right to his knees and comes back and hits Kerry Collins right after he throws it.
Classic bull rush. And it's dropped. It is dropped by Matt Allen, who's going to take off with it. And he's going to put his shoulder down and get a first down at the 42. So the Giants, who looked like they were going to have a disaster on their hands, all of a sudden get the biggest break of the night.
Only a punter could do something like that. He takes the ball. It was a perfect snap. It was right in his hands. And then he just drops it right in front of him. And again, this artificial turf, it'll take a bounce for you. And it bounces right back up. If that were grass, that thing could have wobbled away from him, bounced right back up into his hands, and he could see that first down marker and get the first down. I don't know about lowering your shoulder. He'll be talking about that for a week or so. He'll be in the training room for a week.
It was 4th and 10, and he got 13. So the Giants keep it from the 43-yard line. Collins off his back foot. Barber drops it. He could probably feel and hear Emmons, and then there's a flag down.
He had Dan Campbell. Campbell started in the backfield, and he ran through and then ran that. He had him wide open. There wasn't anyone within 10 yards of Campbell. Kerry Collins was looking to his right. Campbell was on his left.
And it's against the Giants, but then it's offsetting because you have a personal foul against the Eagles.
And sometimes you'll see something like that, a Campbell being open and, coming out of the backfield, and you come back to that play.
On the play. Holding, 77, offense, personal foul, 51, unnecessary roughness after the play. The penalties will offset. Replay first down.
Personal foul is on Emmons, and when Pettigrew, when he got bull rushed, I guess the next time around he figured I better hold him.
Yeah. This is the Emmons one. It looked like he was having his. It's always the first guy you don't see. I mean, that goes all the way back to grammar school, doesn't it? I didn't do it. You did it. He did it. He started it. Who started it? You never get the guy that started it.
Yep. 1st and 10. Tiki Barber. And he goes to the 30-yard line. Got in behind the fullback Stackhouse. Picks up the first. Flag.
That was a good block by Jeremy Stockey. I don't think they can call that penalty on him. I mean, he was out there, and if they call holding on Jeremy Stockey, I don't know about that one, because he made a heck of a block.
Holding, 80, offense. During the run, 10-yard penalty.
It was on Jeremy Shockey. But I watched him the whole play, and he's spread out here. You see, he comes in motion, and then he starts down here, and he has a good block, and he's just blocking right there. And he takes his guy to the ground, and because he went down there, it looks like it was a hold. I didn't think the whole way that was a hold. I think that's a pretty good block. And I thought it with my raw eyes, and then I think that as I watched the replay, I think it was a pretty good block.
We got Barber down. Whatever angle the officials saw that, it looked like a hold, and that's the penalty. It's 1st down and 12 now, instead of a 1st down about 25 yards downfield. Now Shockey makes the catch, gets out of Emmons' grasp, and takes it to very close to the 1st down at the 33-yard line. It was 1st and 12.
And that's where Shockey is so good and is going to be so good, is one, he has quickness and explosiveness to get open, and then after he catches the ball, you see, you can run him on a little 2-yard thing here, and then he can turn and run that ball upfield and bulldog it. And this guy can really be something special. I think he is something special, but I think he can really be something special.
I think he's so special. The Giants had him in their sights all the way in the draft, and the Giants almost never trade up in the draft, but they did it the last 2 years. One to get the corner Allen, and then in the last draft in April, and you can see Shockey is limping in, but they had to trade up, afraid that he was going to be taken off the board by the time they could get to the point where they could pick him.
And that was the right thing to do. I mean, they've been playing with Ike Hilliard out there and Amani Toomer and these types of guys, but they needed someone else, something else, another part to go with those guys, and Jeremy Shockey's the perfect guy.
He's the man in motion on 2nd down and 9. And Collins throws it into the back of Mike Rosenthal, and a flag is down. Corey Simon put the heat on.
Can't throw it to your tackle.
Illegal touch. Question is, do they want the yardage or the down? It would be 3rd down. Looks like Andy Reid is saying we'll take the yardage.
By an ineligible receiver on the offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
Speaking of Shockey, here's what Strahan said about him.
Jeremy brings attitude. He's not afraid of anybody. He's not afraid of anything. He says what he feels, and that's just it. And I think we respect that about him. That's one thing I like. Most rookies, when they come in, they're afraid. You know, he speak in the locker room, or they don't say anything to the papers. He just says what he feels, and if you don't like it, so be it. And I think we respect that attitude.
Giants on 2nd and 13. Collins throwing, and that's incomplete. And then really paying the price is Hilliard. So much of a price is going to be a personal foul. Brian Dawkins leveled him, and Dawkins is down as well. And both training staffs come rushing out onto the field.
Brian Dawkins, one of the real hitters in this league, and you see Hilliard coming in. The ball is out in front of him. There's no way he had a chance to catch that. That wasn't one of those helmet to helmet. That was helmet to chest. I think the thing, though, that gets Brian Dawkins is that he ducks his head down. You see, and you always want to look and be able to see what you hit. I don't know that Brian Dawkins saw what he was hitting.
Yeah, that reminds me of that play with Leamon Evans in the Hall of Fame game, too, where he got his head down.
The receiver, it'll be a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. and a first down.
And that was one that ball was in a position that there was no way Hilliard was going to catch it.
Hilliard up, but Dawkins still down.
Oh, Steve, I don't think you should hang the bug zapper over the Bud Light. That's really tacky.
Yeah.
Great party. Thank you.
Yeah, this dip is fantastic.
Great. I love these crunchy things on top. Are they caraway seeds?
Yes.
I didn't put anything on the dip.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
Great party, guys.
Fun.
Make it a Bud Light.
I can't sleep, Mom. There are monsters in my closet.
I have an idea. There, honey. Feel safe?
Now the monsters are under the caravan.
No, they aren't. I'll show you.
Dodge Caravan. A feeling of security no matter what lies ahead.
Told you so.
Sure. Let's hide under the minivan. Great idea.
See Monsters, Inc. now on DVD and in the Dodge Caravan. Get a no extra charge portable DVD or VHS player with any new 2003 Caravan, plus Dodge's 770 powertrain limited warranty.
Another holiday on the credit card, huh?
Yeah, my balance is really piling up. I'll worry about that in January.
You could get a Capital One no hassle card.
Nah.
High interest charges running up your balance? Get the Capital One no hassle card for the nation's lowest long-term fixed rates, $0 fraud liability, no telemarketing.
What's in your wallet?
On Halloween, nothing scarier for a dad than his daughter's date.
I think you should wear a bikini and go as hot.
8 Simple Rules, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on ABC.
About 30 seconds into that commercial, Dawkins got up. Some anxious moments here until he got up and then walked over to the bench. He's very angry because he got the penalty on the play. Meanwhile, Hilliard goes back to the locker room. Here's the play again. The personal foul is on Dawkins. He's out of the game, and the Giants have a 1st and 10 now at the 21-yard line, and Michael Lewis, a rookie, replaces Dawkins. Collins goes to the air and throws a flutter ball right on the money to Amani Toomer at the 14-yard line. Melissa, what's the story on Hilliard?
Well, Al, you saw him head into the locker room. He dislocated his right shoulder. They're doing x-rays in the locker room right now. We will keep you posted.
So Hilliard is out. Dawkins comes back in, and he's the key man in the Philly defense. Talking to Kerry Collins yesterday, he says it's the first thing I look at when I come to the line of scrimmage. Where's Dawkins?
Yeah, they have to know where Dawkins is because he's their best blitzer, their favorite blitzer, and even when he doesn't blitz, a blitz will come from his side.
2nd and 2, short drop, and Collins buys time. Slings it to the outside, wide open is the rookie Stackhouse, but he fumbles it into the end zone, and then it goes out of bounds for a touchback. He fumbled the ball at the 1-yard line, and when it rolls into the end zone and goes out of the end zone, it's a touchback.
Kerry Collins made a heck of a play on that. He looked like Donovan McNabb. He started, he scrambled a little, came off and gets it out to Stackhouse. But if you say, if he fumbles, if this ball goes out of bounds, then it would be the Giants' ball there. If it goes into the end zone, it's a touchback and comes out to the 20, and it's the Eagles' ball.
Exactly.
What Stackhouse here, he gets the ball, all he has to do is turn it up. He should have put it in his outside shoulder. See, he keeps the ball in his left hand. He should have switched the ball right after he catches it to his right hand. You see, he keeps it out there in the left, then he goes to take it out, and seeing that hit comes from that left side and knocks it out.
Jim Fossil doesn't hesitate to challenge calls, but there's nothing to challenge right there. That was clear and evident, and Stackhouse just fumbled the ball out of bounds, in the end zone out of bounds, as Goose Staley takes it to the 30. So what an ebb and flow on that series. I mean, here are the Giants forced to punt, and then Allen drops the snap and picks up a 1st down, and then you have the personal foul on Dawkins. Then you get inside the 5-yard line, and you fumble the ball away, and Philadelphia gets it back.
Yeah, and that was a prime example of why when you're up against the sideline, you always put the ball in your outside arm, because then when you get hit, if you do lose it, it'll usually go right out of bounds.
2nd and 1, and McNabb with fake throws. Then it's dropped after the 1st down is recorded by Todd Pinkston, and he recovers it at the 36-yard line.
You know, one thing I've always felt that, you know, when you get two divisional rivals playing each other and they know each other so well, that it's a more conservative game. That you will not do things, you won't open up because you remember, and a lot of times you're playing against ghosts. You know, you remember, I remember 4 years ago I tried to run that play and it got stuffed or we fumbled it. So you tighten down, and you play your most conservative games against your rivals.
It's fascinating to hear you say that as Deuce Staley picks up 2, having coached, John, in the AFC West, where if any division says, you know, forget about going conservative, they have through the years.
I played a lot of ghosts, though. When I used to play ghosts, it was against Kansas City and their defense, their short yardage and goal line, because I remember, you know, Buck Buchanan and Willie Lanier, and there was nothing we could do in there inside. And always worried about short yardage and goal line. You remember what they did 3 and 4 years ago, and you say we can't do it. I used to think we couldn't score in the goal line against them.
Of course, you had your own ghost at tight end.
Well, I had the ghost and a few other things to go with them.
2nd down and 8. And McNabb gets taken down by Short at the 38-yard line.
That's where the Giants are doing a better job right now. Those lanes are still there for McNabb, but now the linebackers are closing them up once they start. You see, early in the game, when he would find one of these lanes, he was able to run all the way through it. Now he sees the lane. You see, he's going to see a lane right here, and he's going to take off in that lane, and then the linebacker comes right up and stuffs that lane. So that's probably an adjustment that they talked about at halftime.
3rd down 7 from the 38-yard line. McNabb throws, caught, and a little short of the first down is Cecil Martin, the fullback. Martin, who played his college ball at Wisconsin and blocked for Ron Dane for a couple of seasons, comes up short, 4th and 1.
You know, Mike Barrow is spying on Donovan McNabb, and we talk about a spy, and you just see what he does. He just starts right here, and he's going to watch McNabb all the way. You see, as McNabb moves, he moves. He just watches everything that he does, and he shadows all his movements, and he's going to plug any lane that McNabb would have taken.
Sean Landeta in his 18th season at age 40. Former Giant. Elvin Joyce on the run back. And he gets cleaned as he brings it back to the 25 by Keith Adams.
I'll tell you, there's some hitting in this game. I mean, I watched the Eagles against the Bucks last week, and there was a lot of hitting in that game, and these Eagles have had 2 weeks of big-time hitting in a row.
Looks like you're going out of town for a while.
Yeah, 2-week training seminar in Arizona.
Training camp. A chance to bond with your teammates. To learn the newest tricks of the trade. Get ready for another winning year. Geez, I really miss it.
Going away for a while, Residence Inn has everything you need to make life on the road feel more like home.
Here, this always works for me.
Now make 3 stays and earn 2 free nights. Call 1-888-MARRIOTT today. Residence Inn. Your Marriott awaits.
Empty. Maybe some other soda, but this here is new Red Fusion from Dr. Pepper. It's like oxygen on Mars. You don't waste this stuff. You think I'm playing? Try it. We'll see who's playing. Red Fusion. Fusion soda.
Now, earlier in the show, we met Sherry, whose best friend thought she needed a makeover. Well, now, let's say hello to the new Sherry. Come on out, girl.
Girl, I don't know what you did back in the back, but you got it going on.
The new Dodge Stratus Coupe SXT. It'll make anyone look good. Grab Dodge's 770 powertrain limited warranty. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, and Honda don't match it.
Wendy's Mozzarella Chicken Supreme is so delicious with its 2 slices of mozzarella and Parmesan sauce on our whole breast filet. It's taking people to a higher level. Wendy's Mozzarella Chicken Supreme. It's better here.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Season premiere of the NBA on ESPN Wednesday night. Washington, Toronto, of course, that means Michael Jordan. Means Vince Carter. It starts at 7 Eastern time. And then the NBA on ABC beginning Christmas Day. Speaking of the NBA, the Sixers open up in Orlando tomorrow. Otherwise, Coach Larry Brown would have been here tonight. Loves the Eagles. Good luck to Larry and the Sixers.
He's a heck of a coach. He's one of those guys that would have been a good coach in anything he coached. But let me get this straight again now. My season. Baseball season ended last night.
Right.
Congratulations to the Angels.
Correct.
Basketball season opens Wednesday. What do we get for football? 2 days?
That's right, by itself.
Yeah, by itself.
Of course, we're well into the hockey season.
Yeah, but remember, it used to be you'd have, baseball, and then when baseball was over, you had football, and then when football was over, you had basketball. Now baseball's over, you start basketball.
2nd and 11. Don't forget boxing.
Boxing's year-round.
Right.
Boxing goes anytime.
Tennis, auto racing.
Yeah, those ought to go in the summer.
Horse racing.
Golf should go, and horse racing ought to go in the summer. But sometimes they go year-round too.
They do. Just had the Breeders' Cup the other day.
Yeah, I know it. I have a tough time, thinking of horse racing this time of year, and I have a tough time of thinking of golf this time of year.
I've lost so many brain cells, I don't know what season we're in.
Where'd they go? Are they up there in the moon? You see that shot of the moon? It looks like a piece of cheese.
3rd down and 7. Collins throws and converts on 3rd down. Big 3rd down pass to Dixon, covered by Blaine Bishop, and that stills the crowd at the vet.
Yeah, and that's what the Giants were talking about, and Kerry Collins was talking about. You have to make good decisions, but you have to get rid of the ball quickly with this group, because you know that you're going to get blitzes, you know you're going to get pressure, and you have to get back there and hit that back foot and get rid of it. That's exactly what Kerry Collins does on that play.
And when you look at it again, you can see where the coaches upstairs tell the guys downstairs, worth a challenge. And that's what we have here. Andy Reid rarely challenges. The challenge rule came into effect when Reid became a head coach in '99.
Philadelphia is challenging the ruling on the field that it was a catch. We'll review the play.
So this is only the 7th challenge for Reid. He doesn't even know how to catch the flag when they send it back.
He's an old offensive lineman.
He challenges someone frequently. He can't figure out how to catch it.
What they're saying here is, did Ron Dixon catch a ball? Okay, he has a ball. Both feet are down. The knee is down before the ball comes out. That, I would say that's not a fumble, just looking at it on that first picture. Again, he has control of the ball. He goes down. Now is his knee down? Yep, his knee is down before the ball comes out. So that shouldn't take too long. Do you see it that way?
Let me take one more peek at this thing, because I want to make sure he has control. Takes 2 steps. Then the knee comes, the knee is down, the right knee.
Yeah, and then the ball hadn't come out yet.
Yep. Don't see anything to overturn the call. No. It was 3rd and 7. It was a 13-yard gain.
So the Eagles didn't recover it anyway. So what the challenge really would be was the distance of the catch, because it was whether it would be complete or it wasn't that they're challenging it would be a fumble and they recovered.
Exactly.
They're just saying it was an incomplete pass.
Incomplete. That would make it 4th down instead of 1st down. It's also there's more punishment in challenging and not being successful in the second half, because you're going to lose a timeout if you don't have it overturned. First half doesn't really matter that much. Second half it matters a lot.
But I think the other thing is you lose your challenge too. You only have 2 challenges, and then you get to a part of the game when if you use one more, then you don't have any challenges left until the last 2 minutes of the game.
Exactly. That's what always surprised me. For instance, like Mike Martz loves to challenge, and he'll challenge a play real early. But the question is, what's the upside? What's the downside? I mean, if the upside is so minimal, even if you're successful, why do you lose a challenge? And then later on in the game, and it came back to haunt the Rams in the Tampa game last year in St. Louis. They didn't have a challenge on a play they could have challenged.
And I think, as you say, that's a lot bigger in the second half. In the first half, I think it's just the challenge. Why give up a challenge because you may need the challenge, which you only have 2 of for the total game. And the second half, then I still think it's a challenge. But in addition to that, if you lose a challenge, you lose a timeout. And when you get a rivalry and a game like this, Eagles-Giants, Don't you just know that it's going to come right down to the end, this one?
Almost always does. I mean, last year's 2 games did. So many have through the years. Carollo took the maximum allotted time to come up with this decision.
And the first guy he tells is the official that made the call.
After reviewing the play, it's been determined that the receiver caught the ball and as he was coming down, never possessed the ball completely. As he hit the ground, the ruling on the field is overturned to incomplete pass.
Well, not the way either of us saw it.
Not charged the timeout.
Remember, we were looking at it at first. I mean, does he possess the ball? That's the first thing you look for.
Yeah, well, he has to come down with both feet. Boom, both feet. He has possession.
Yeah.
Knees down.
I still see him possessing the ball.
Yeah. Ball comes out at the end. No, I think they had the call right the first time.
I agree with you. I mean, I'm surprised. And don't forget, think of the verbiage. He started the explanation to Carollo by saying he caught the ball. I guess he didn't catch the ball is what he eventually wound up determining. 4th down and 7 now, and they punt with Allen's pick fielded at the 20-yard line. Brian Mitchell, all-time leader in punt return yardage, all-time leader in kickoff return yardage, brings it to the 28. Big break for the Eagles.
So let's turn to page 7 of our proposal, where we feel
page 7
should be the next page you have.
We don't see it. No.
Hold on.
There it is.
Introducing Chrysler PT Cruiser Turbo. With an all-new 215 horsepower turbocharged engine, it can get you cross-town, cross-country, anywhere in the blink of an eye.
Let's move on to page 11.
Page 11?
Scusa. Cappuccino.
Okay, freeze. This is Jen, and she has the sudden urge to learn Italian. Who can help? The Italian Institute in Chicago. Carry on.
Hello. How do you say, hi, my name is Jen. Now be a good boy and come over here and sit on Mama's lap.
This is going to take a while. Now get the most minutes to use whenever. Introducing T-Mobile. Get more.
Every Saturday, I get together and play football with the guys. But this Saturday, I had to take a time out.
Hey, Steve, you okay?
It's my throat. It's all dry.
Hey, mine too.
I think I got just what you guys need. Come on.
It was a good thing Brad was there. He explained that we were thirsty, and he gave us ice-cold Bud Lights. He told us that by drinking the Bud Light, parched feeling would go away. You know what? He was right.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Tuesday, a cop is murdered, and to find the shooter, this detective will risk more than his career.
If I get gunned down in the street, you'll take care of the deal.
NYPD Blue, ABC Tuesday.
Halloween coming up. Jim Belushi on Tuesday night. That's tomorrow night. Show doing great. Good to see Jim visited us when the Bears were in Champaign 3 weeks ago.
He hasn't brought them a whole heck of a lot of good luck, has he?
No, he has not. 5 straight losses. McNabb throwing, caught up at the 39 by James Thrash. William Peterson with the tackle.
Yeah, sometimes we show where Michael Strahan beats John Runyon, but to balance it out, you have to show where Runyon blocks Strahan. There he gets a little help. He knows that he has his left guard, Jermaine Mayberry, in there, so he can be tough to the outside. But as Andy Reid says, Runyon will do best against Strahan when he gets both hands on him. When he has trouble is when he doesn't get both hands, where he just get one hand up there. You can see Runyon has had help 8 times, been on him 44 times, and I think that early in this battle, I think Michael Strahan won it. And I think that John Runyon, as the game has gone on, has kind of calmed him down a little.
Part of it is, the Giants had so much success until last year against Philadelphia. Strahan is so expressive and demonstrative. Runyon doesn't say much. So even if it's 50-50, it seems like, at least in an oral sense, that guy wins.
Well, you know, Michael Strahan has sacked Donovan McNabb more than he's sacked any other player in the NFL.
Here McNabb gets it away quickly, and then Strash making the catch and stepping out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
You know, for years when the Giants were beating the Eagles, they had two constants on defenses. One was Michael Strahan, who would always raise havoc in the front seven, and the Eagles wide receivers couldn't beat press coverage, and those were the two things. And last year the Eagles wide receivers started to beat press coverage, and they got a couple deep ones on the Giants. They haven't been able to do that again tonight.
Giants have only given up one long pass play all season, 40 or more yards. This is caught by James Thrash. Last year that was a bugaboo for the Giants.
You know, this whole game I've been impressed with this Giants secondary. I mean, I think that the two corners, Will Allen and Will Peterson, have done a heck of a job. I mean, they've just blanketed the outside receivers. The safeties have helped, and McNabb really hasn't had anywhere to throw to. I mean they played him, they plastered him, and they played him very aggressively.
Third and a short 2 from the 46. McNabb rolling under pressure. Flag is thrown, dumps it off, throws it out of bounds. Mike Barrow came crashing through, and then Brandon Short was the second guy, and you've got a hold against Philadelphia.
That's the thing. I think they know this, that McNabb, when he bootlegs or when he runs, is going to get flushed out to the right side, his right. So they're bringing their blitzes and putting the pressure on the left.
Offense. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, 4th down.
Cecil Martin.
And what I'm talking about is the left side of the defense or the right side of the offense. You see, they bring pressure out here, and you see who Cecil Martin got the penalty on. He was assigned to block Michael Strahan, so he went in and tackled him. But they're bringing pressure from McNabb's right side.
Landetta to punt. Delvin Joyce falls for the fair catch at the 11-yard line with 4:16 remaining in the third quarter. It's been a scoreless second half. Eagles 9, Giants 3.
Gee, honey, you never got homesick before?
I know.
Thought they said you hurt your right leg.
Oh, yeah.
With all its comfort and luxury, nothing brings a family together like Chrysler Town & Country.
Band camp.
We better go.
Get a leather trim seating credit of up to $16.70 on LXI and limited models.
Critics are raving. I Spy is undoubtedly one of the funniest films of the year.
Sexual healing.
Sexual healing.
I Spy, rated PG-13, opens everywhere Friday.
With Microsoft Server software, you can quickly connect with partners. That's software for the agile business from Microsoft.
You got a buck, you're in luck. There you go, now you're getting it. We should take this act on the road. Maybe not.
Get a delicious Big and Tasty or a McChicken sandwich for just $1 every day at McDonald's.
Ah, hamburger.
They murdered his family and made him a slave. Now the empire that tried to destroy him,
My name is Gladiator,
will suffer his vengeance. See Gladiator with thrilling new scenes never shown in theaters.
Are you not entertained?
Gladiator on a special night, Friday at 9, 8 Central on ABC. Viewer discretion advised.
Aerial coverage, Southwest Airlines providing it. A look into the vet. Last time you're going to see that sight on a Monday night game. More than 60,000 looking on. Eagles completing their 32nd season in this facility, and we've got movement up front.
Every time you have movement up front, you get pointing, don't you? That's the next thing. The defense points to the offense points to the defense. The first guy that I saw move was Hugh Douglas.
Neutral zone infraction, number 53, defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
And so did Bill Carollo. And there is the new stadium, and you can see that it's probably 60 to 70% complete. Lincoln Financial Field, and right on schedule. It will open up. Jeffrey Lurie's dream coming true to provide a new stadium for the Eagles. It opens up next season. It's funny, this place with another flag going down here.
Prior to the snaps, false start. Number 21.
Barber.
5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Back once we came. It's amazing when I think about this, John. Monday Night Football has been around longer than Veterans Stadium. I mean, Monday Night Football, as Fossil is exercised over that call, began in 1970 at Franklin Field and will have outlasted the life of the stadium.
You know, and one part of me loves these new stadiums and the conveniences and so on. The other part of me hates to see some of these go.
Jeremy Shockey makes the catch. Well, this was built at the same time that Riverfront was built in Cincinnati, Three Rivers in Pittsburgh. A little before that, Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, and now they're all gone.
The Houston Astrodome was before that.
That's right, around that time.
I remember when Shea Stadium was built. That was about the time that the Jets signed Joe Namath.
Namath against the Cleveland Browns was the first ever Monday night game. 2nd down and 1. As Collins throws a little swing out here to Shockey, and he picks up the first down. In fact, Monday Night Football, the first time it came to Philadelphia, it was at Franklin Field. And of course, a lot of lore surrounds that game. That was the night that Cosell apparently threw up on Don Merida's boots.
And then what did he do after he threw up on his boots?
Well, he basically, the press contended he'd been drinking. Howard always said he had the flu. Howard used to say the bought and sold knights of the keyboard could never get that story straight.
When did Howard leave to go back to New York?
Good question. The third quarter. That's Ron Dixon taking it up to the 40-yard line.
Jeremy Shockey got him started on that. You know, in that play before, what he did is he kind of blocked and blocked and blocked and then came out. The flat got a first down and then kind of got that thing going. And now Kerry Collins can start to get into some kind of rhythm. They need Shockey, but I don't know how long he's going to last. Now, I'm not talking about this game or this series. I'm talking about the whole season with that toe.
The way he's moving around, and this is coming off a bye week, too. Barber. Nothing happening at the initial spot, so he improvises and turns no gain into a pickup of close to 5.
Yeah, but you see what Barber did just before he got to the sideline and just before he got hit. He shifted the ball from his right arm to his left arm. We talked earlier about Charles Stackhouse, and that's what he should have done. That's what he didn't do. And Tiki Barber does that exactly. Watch him. It's in his right hand. Now as he gets to that left sideline, he shifts the ball to his left hand. Now as he gets hit, if they were to knock that ball out, it would go out of bounds.
2nd and 6 from the 44-yard line. Collins, Stackhouse, ridden down short of the first down by Sean Barber, setting up a big 3rd and a yard and a half, maybe 2.
This is where if you have a healthy Jeremy Shockey, this is where he becomes big. You know, you can move him around. He can be outside. He can be slot. He can be a tight end. But you want that big target in those short areas where he can not only use his quickness to get open, but he can use his body to push off a little.
3rd and 2, short 2 from the 48. Good play fake. Going deep, flag thrown off Shockey's hand.
Well, they got the 3rd and short, and they didn't try and get the first down. They tried to get the whole enchilada there. We see everything here. We see an official with his hat off. We see a flag. We See another flag. Something happened over there in the sideline. Usually, again, when the...
There are 2 fouls on the play. Holding, 56, defense.
Sean Barber.
Pass interference, number 80, offense.
Shockey.
Penalties offset. Replay, 3rd down.
That was Shockey. You see, he starts in the backfield, and he gets a little. Oh, he got grabbed there. That's one thing. And he pushed off the grabber. That's not a bad play, but they called it on Sean Barber and then called it on Shockey.
And you know what I think, John? I think the same guy called both plays. That's why you saw a hat and a flag. He threw the flag and then he had no other flag. I think the same official actually called both infractions.
Right, and the only thing, if there were a third one, he did have a beanbag left. That comes out third.
Or a shoe. Barber. And he's got the first down. With a minute to play in the 3rd quarter.
You know, they ought to let you do that. If a guy grabs you, I'm watching Shockey here again on Sean Barber. If a guy does this to you, you ought to be able to get away from it to do that. I don't know. I mean, that's probably not in the rule, and that's not the way you play. I mean, that was 2 penalties, and the official was right on that play, but that's what they said. The guy was holding our guy. And then that makes, because of that hold, that makes Shockey do that reaction that he did.
And it was the same official calling both infractions. Ron Dan collects it at the 43-yard line, and that's going to take us down to the end of the period. And again, a huge game in particular for the Giants, because at the end of this one, they're either 2 back and will have lost to Philadelphia, or they're even. They're on top along with Philadelphia and having beaten them head to head. That much of a difference. Philadelphia leading 9-3. End of 3, and Monday Night Football from Philadelphia returns after this from our ABC stations.